data readout playback. This is the beginning, my beginning. The Robinson family's beginning. Yes, even Dr. Smith's beginning. How could I have been so blessed as to be included in this journey across the galaxy to Alpha Centauri? This is my story, how I, a B9 robot, became an intrinsic part of this mission to send the first space family from Earth to another planet in another galaxy. This is a story about how one devilish man, named Zachary Smith, was sent for the specific purpose of sabotaging the mission and attempting to kill the entire crew of the Jupiter 2. A superior spacecraft, the first of many that would be sent into the galaxy to find other habitable planets for the human race to colonize on. Each member of the crew were specifically chosen for their unique abilities in resourcefulness and survivability to withstand any kind of hardship faced on them personally. Finally culminating in the Robinson family being chosen from over thousands of candidates. There's Professor John Robinson, the leader of the team and father. Assisting him is the pilot, Major Don West. Next is Maureen Robinson, the family's mother and matriarch, then Judy Robinson, their oldest daughter, then Penny Robinson, and finally Will Robinson, the younger member of crew and the only son of the family. The man behind the sabotage was Dr. Zachary Smith, medical commanding officer and colonel in the United States Air Force. The final crew member to be added is myself, a B9 class astrological robotic mechanism. I have all necessary abilities to carry out any task assigned to me by the crew or Major Don West. My main function was to be used once we arrived on Alpha Centauri. Dr. Smith would change all that, 8 hours after launch. He reprogrammed my function to initiate and destroy the guidance systems, communication systems, and finally the navigation systems, resulting in the complete destruction of the Jupiter 2. What he didn't plan on was that he waited too long to fulfill his job and was trapped on board just as the spacecraft took off from Alpha Control. As he saw me come to life, I began the program he had fed into my computer banks and I began destroying everything in my path. Dr. Smith didn't know that he was inadvertently assisting with the saving of all crew members when he reactivated Major West's suspended animation tube and awoke him from his sleep. Thereafter, he awoke the other members of the crew and so we began our journey, though lost in space. After some much needed updates in my programming, I was back as I was meant to be. A helpful addition to the crew of the Jupiter, instead of a slave to Dr. Smith. I did become a kind of servant to Dr. Smith, though, during the time we were in space. But I never forgot what he did to me during that initial day we left Earth to begin our journey. I have always detested Dr. Smith for what he did to me, making me try to destroy the Robinson family and their quest to reach Alpha Centauri. Dr. Smith made constant and futile attempts to return to Earth, each one ending with additional hardships on the Robinson family. He never did want to be a helpful addition to the crew, only a troublesome thorn in everyone's sides. I can remember one time in our trip, Dr. Smith ruined our chances to return to Earth by a space creature that used a hypnotic ability she had to control Dr. Smith. She would appear in the window of the Jupiter 2 and he would do things that were beyond my understanding to compute. In the hours that followed, Dr. Smith was coaxed into space to meet her, ending our only hope of returning to Earth. Major West said, we should leave him like he was trying to kill us. Professor Robinson's wife, Maureen, told Major West. We can't do that, Don. He's a human being. I felt such love for Dr. Smith when she said that, though I'm not programmed to feel love or express love. Whatever Dr. Smith did, he was still a human being and all humans make mistakes, as I learned on our mission. One encounter that I will never forget was when a time merchant offered Dr. Smith the chance to return to Earth, though he didn't have anything to give in return for the trip. He left without paying and the time merchant was furious. Dr. Robinson and Will Robinson found their way to the time merchant's dimension, and this is what the time merchant said. If Dr. Smith had not been on the ship when the family left Alpha Control, the ship would have been destroyed by the meteor shower because of the weight discrepancy. So, going after Dr. Smith to keep history from being changed was absolutely imperative. First, Will went through the time machine and tried to explain what was going to happen. Dr. Smith said he couldn't return with Will and was sorry. Then I was sent back, but for some reason I didn't return to the time merchant's dimension. My memory banks did become erased somehow, maybe because of the change in time reference. So Dr. Smith did come back on the Jupiter 2 with me, and so our journey continued. Dr. Smith did have a purpose being on our trip, even though history never explained it to us that way. I too have my own personal reflections of times I felt unneeded by the Robinsons. I attempted to destroy myself to help the Robinson family obtain food on a planet where all their provisions were contaminated by blight. I was saved by Will Robinson, though I was severely burned by the flames. I also grew to extreme size and Will had to journey with Dr. Smith inside my ever-growing body. I knew after each experience, I was loved by the Robinsons. Even Dr. Smith himself sometimes said how much he needed me. Dr. Smith had his own kind of odd encounters during our journey. Once, Dr. Smith ate some untested fruit the family had found on a planet we first crashed on. He grew to incredible size, as did the bloop. A small, furry creature that Penny had found. Only after a rainstorm did he return to normal size again, as did the bloop. That's when we saw how much Dr. Smith loved all of us, though he sneezed quite often from the fruit. One time I remember Dr. Smith encountered an alien who looked exactly like Dr. Smith. His name was Zeno, and though he looked like Dr. Smith, he certainly wasn't like Dr. Smith. Zeno was emotionless, without feeling. He stared into space, acting like a Western gunslinger more than a human being ever did. I never forgot Zeno. He was like no human being but had many similar characteristics that Dr. Smith had. Being the only robot crew member, I was seen as the most important by little Will Robinson. He felt concern for me whenever something happened to me. If I were deactivated for something, he wanted me reactivated again. I always protected Will Robinson from any kind of danger. Even Dr. Smith would protect Will Robinson too. I did encounter one robot in my experiences that I felt much love for, but she only wanted to destroy the Robinsons. Even Dr. Smith insulted my feelings, but in the end I still felt love for her, though I had to destroy her loveliness. All along, Dr. Smith would laugh at me. But I have feelings too, just like any human being. Though I'm a robotic mechanism, it has still proven to me that I have genuine emotional responses to things that have happened to me. As the Robinson family, Dr. Smith, and I continue our odyssey across this mass universe. I know for certain that we will endure because we have been through so much already, and yet we still have what we have. We still have each other and we still care for each other. Even Dr. Smith. This is how I have seen myself and how I see our future, a family who will find Alpha Centauri and survive together. Before ending my recording tape, I must say to anyone who finds this that I love Dr. Smith. He was a human being who cared about others, though at first he didn't. Living with the Robinsons gave him a unique opportunity to depend on others, and he reciprocated that love to the Robinsons. It was a long and hard learning experience for him, but it was worth every single moment. End of data readout.
قديش عمرها؟
4 سنين.
The heartbreaking video of a 5-year-old Syrian boy named Amran sitting in an ambulance after being pulled from the rubble after an airstrike in Aleppo focused the world's attention on the horrors of the war in Syria, with 136 million views on Facebook alone. But there are much worse images coming out of Aleppo every day now, where in the past few weeks alone, 400 people have been killed, at least 100 of them children. Just days ago, the State Department called for a war crimes investigation of the Syrian regime of Bashar al-Assad and its ally, Russia, for their bombardment of Aleppo.
Children, think of that picture we all saw of that 4-year-old boy with the blood on his forehead because he'd been bombed by the Russian and Syrian air forces. Children. That picture of that little 4-year-old boy in Aleppo with the blood coming down his face while he sat in an ambulance is haunting. And
والله الله خير بالبصر هاي بيتي بس لأنني بيحبون وصلة لأنكم بيحبون